If you tuned in a few weeks ago, then you know we were in Zephyrhills checking out some moderately priced new builds. Well, today we are back, but we're with a more familiar builder that has definitely been on the channel before. Today, this is Delyle by Pulte Homes. What is going on, YouTube? If you are new to the channel, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back to the Living in Tampa Bay channel. I am your host, Shandon Kiah. And as usual, we have some new construction, brand new homes in a suburb called Zephyrhills, Florida, right outside Tampa. That is right. We are back at the Two Rivers development. And if you've tuned into the channel before, we have been here in the past, and there's about every builder you can name here in this development, whether they are in their first, second, or even third phases. When we were at Tamarack with William Ryan just a few weeks ago, we had their exclusive amenity center, The Landing, and this development from Pulte Homes today is actually even closer. I can look just down the street and see where they are breaking ground to put in all these brand new amenities for these residents. And if the brand new homes and tons of amenities weren't enough, then you got to remember that Zephyrhills is right down the street from Wesley Chapel. A ton of development, both residential and commercial, happening. You are 10 minutes from the shops at Wiregrass, 10 minutes from the Wiregrass Sports Complex, and only about a 50-minute drive into Tampa. You can look at the facade of some of these homes and just remember that Pulte Homes is one of our most reputable builders that we've showcased on the channel, and they always put out a really great product. We are lucky enough to have 3 models we're going to get to see today, and all of which I do not think have made an appearance on the channel before. But before we do that, I want to hit pause real quick and let you guys know that I am a licensed agent in the state of Florida. So if you have real estate goals, questions, or dreams of moving to Florida, especially the Tampa Bay area, I would be honored to help you out and make your transition here as smooth as possible. So I'm going to drop my contact information on screen so you guys can get in touch. And please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I always am willing to be a resource for you. Let's not waste any more time with the chit chat and jump right into these models. Let's go. Man, Pulte Homes never fails to amaze me. This model is absolutely massive, perhaps one of the biggest floor plans I've seen on the channel ever. So we're gonna flip the camera and have a POV tour so you can figure out the layout and exactly how the energy and the feng shui flows throughout this floor plan. All right, so we walk into our grand foyer. An amazing job they've done with this staircase that'll wrap up and around. But to the right, you have your garage HVAC access and a guest half bath. Beautiful hallway into what they've decorated as a poker room, but could be an office. Huge window for natural light, and then an in-law suite, of course, with walk-in closet and private ensuite bathroom. I love that this part of the house is private. You almost have your own section of the home that is off to the right here. And then we're back out, and over to the left, we have a small hallway that leads into your laundry room. And this does wrap around to the primary ensuite bathroom, but you do get access from this main hallway as well. And now back out through our grand entrance, we have formal dining room. We'll come across here because you can't forget this detail. They have a very well decorated wet bar, coffee bar, wine bar, whatever you want to call it. Then you have your living room, huge chandelier and recessed ceilings up there. kitchen, I guess less formal dining room or second dining room. We're gonna loop back through here, and you have this huge, huge pantry. Like, that is literally a chef's dream right there. Now, if we're going back through the living room, we're gonna head to the back of the home here. You have yet another full guest bathroom, and then a door here that leads to the outside. Your primary bedroom with some loft and leisure space, and then your primary ensuite bathroom, dual vanities, sit-in jacuzzi tub, and a beautiful stand-up shower. And then the last detail is this huge walk-in closet. I mean, it splits both ways, and I mean, you are absolutely blessed with this much space. Now, you guys saw the videos outside. However, it did just start pouring. So I'm going to save myself some wetness. We're going to head upstairs. All right, now heading upstairs, they have done an astounding job with this floor plan. You have loft area for relaxation space. You've got a shuffleboard there. And then you have a full bar working sink off to the back here, a guest bedroom with a full ensuite bathroom, walk-in closet, and then the same thing on the opposite side here. You have full ensuite bathroom, shower, and another beautiful guest bedroom, walk-in closet, and even enough space for a desk if you wanted to make a work area there. And it doesn't end there. You go back across this loft here, you have yet another guest bedroom with a full ensuite bathroom. And then my favorite feature that they've added up here is this media room. You could just come in, close these double French doors, lock off, and enjoy all your favorite films. To be quite honest, I think this may be my favorite floor plan I've seen from Pulte. Definitely my favorite one I've seen from Pulte. Perhaps even my favorite that I've seen from any builder. The only competition would be those ones from the Toll Brothers over at the Innisbrook Golf Course. But for sure, top two, absolutely flawless by Pulte Homes on this one. Let's jump over to the next couple models and see how they compare. All right, we're doing things a little differently today. I actually started with the biggest model working down to the smallest because it's raining and I was trying to, find a window in between the downpour. So let's have a flip, see how this compares, even though this is a smaller model, but let's go. All right, again, grand foyer, and immediately to the left here, you have this huge office space and a nice large window facing the front. Great for natural light to come in, get some work done. Beautiful study. To your left here is a formal dining room and an entryway. And then they've snuck in this nook for almost like a wine cellar or like wet bar. They have the mini fridge there, but really great use of the space underneath the stairs, whereas traditionally that would be storage. And then working our way into the great room. And again, those ceilings go all the way up. No idea how tall those are, but they're massive. And then beautifully designed kitchen, less formal dining room to the back here. And then this model actually has a pool. And again, we won't go out there because it's raining, but stellar. All right, so if we cut across the living room here, you have your entrance from the garage, and then you have a wet bathroom. By that I mean this door leads straight out to the pool. And one thing that's actually pretty cool is this bit is actually covered. So you can go out even if it's raining and enjoy being outside if that's something you get into. But a really great feature I think Pulte Homes did a good job of adding. And then you head back out, you have a media room. It's almost like they switched the primary suite from the last model and put a media room opposed to it being upstairs like the previous floor plan. All right, now we head upstairs. And this is actually the primary bedroom. Huge space for leisure, recessed ceilings, and this space here is almost just like a relaxation. You can read, you have a little nook there, but then it separates your primary bathroom, which is also beautiful in itself. You have, again, split dual vanities, huge jacuzzi tub right in the middle, and across the way is your stand-up shower. They even have enough room for a seat in there. You actually have split walk-in closets, unlike the last one where they were conjoined. You have his and hers. This one goes back just a bit. Lovely. All right, now coming across this catwalk in your loft, you have a bedroom to the very back of the home here. Guest bathroom, and I love this design here. No door, just an open-faced wall that gives you access to your sink, but then your walk-in closet is just across the way, and they've done a Jack and Jill style bathroom where you can share the toilet and shower that leads right across to the same design in the opposing guest bedroom. Perfect for if you had two kids near the same age, or don't have to be near the same age, but either way. And then finally, we're going back towards the front of the home. You have your laundry room here, kind of separate from all the bedrooms so you don't have too much noise. And then you have an in-law suite right here at the top. Again, walk-in closet, and then ensuite bathroom for the utmost privacy and perhaps the most private bedroom out of all of them. So all the rest of the bedrooms, living quarters, are forward towards the back of the home, whereas this one is kind of separated on its own. Perfect for in-laws. Man, I feel like this year I haven't done a lot of Pulte Homes tours because I feel like they made appearances on my channel a lot last year. So I wanted to diversify a little bit. But man, now finally being back in one of their newer communities, newer floor plans, newer models, I am quickly remembering why Pulte Homes made so many appearances on my channel in the past. And it is because they always break through my expectations. They always set the bar higher. And with these first two models, they've absolutely blown me away and separate themselves from any builder that we've seen in the past. So we're going to check out this last model and see if they can hold up the standard. I keep forgetting. All right, so this last floor plan, though the smallest, actually impressed me the most because of its intimacy and the way they've designed it. Now I'm going to flip the camera and talk a little bit about what I mean. All right, so as you can see, we're seeing some dark browns, some blacks, and maybe a little gold accent. And then you go to the right here, and you have a in-law suite right to the front of the home, ensuite bathroom, and again, a huge walk-in closet for this to be a guest or in-law suite. And again, separated from the rest of the home because the rest of the home is all over here, whereas right in this front corner here is all private. And then heading down the foyer, we have your garage entrance there. You have a guest bathroom to the right here, perfect for if you have guests over and are entertaining. And then immediately to the right here, they staged it as like an office. It could be a study, it could be a formal dining room, but again, very intimate. And they went with a darker color pattern, hues of blacks and browns, even like an olive green on this wall and across the top here. Then you come into your living room slash great room, adjacent to the kitchen. And here is your dining area and another huge walk-in pantry. I mean, so much room in here, and I just love the way they've utilized the space. Now you saw the pool there, and again, it's raining. However, it is covered, very similar to the last model. We're gonna save that. You guys saw it. It's pretty straightforward. And now we're gonna head upstairs. All right, so right at the top of the stairs here, you have a guest bedroom, and it's small, but it's very quaint. Again, the dark hues, they went with a navy blue and brown in here, one of my favorite colorways you could possibly decorate a home in. Small closet there. And then to the right of this room, you have another guest bedroom, ensuite bathroom, own shower, and walk-in closet. Then down the hall here is your laundry room. Pretty spacious. You even have another additional linen closet here. You have a guest bathroom, full guest bath. And then adjacent to it is another guest bedroom with a walk-in closet. And again, looking at all of these bedrooms, it gives off like a rustic or Renaissance or very old-timey feeling, but very comforting. And then across the way here, you have another media room, which they've decorated excellently, adjacent to your primary suite, recessed ceilings, beams, chandelier. You have linen closet there, massive walk-in closet here, split vanities, and a huge stand-up shower. Now, the one thing I thought was not faulty, but that I personally didn't like is this media room is sharing a wall with the primary suite. So like if you had kids or something in here watching a movie, that those TVs right there are literally on the same wall as the primary suite. So it could get a little noisy. They probably overlooked that, but not too bad of a mishap. But then the one other big thing I'm noticing is there's no catwalk overlook. Like in the other two models, they've simply used the space for these two rooms here, whereas the others, it would have a rail and then you'd look over the great room. All right, y'all. So that is it for the three models we're going to get to see today. If you made it this far in the video, go ahead and drop down in the comments which one of the three was your favorite. But we're going to keep moving forward, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the HOA fees as well as some of the amenities I mentioned before over at the landing and some of the developments I'm seeing pop up here in Zephyrhills. So let's check it out. Okay, so this is my first time doing the breakdown inside one of the models, but it's like the perfect little setting. So I'm just going to talk about some of the incentives, amenities, fees, schools, since I have all of it in front of me. So we'll start with the incentives. Pulte Homes for Two Rivers right now, and this of course changes on like a weekly to monthly basis, but they're offering up to $50,000 to $70,000 in flex cash in either upgrades or rate buy downs or towards your closing costs. So like huge incentives they're kicking out for these new homes. And some content I posted about a week ago I was talking about how these builders are not hitting their quota. These homes are not selling, and for that reason are kicking out a ton of great incentives for buyers to go under contract and close on these homes. Now, jumping over to the landing, again, I've referenced it before, I've spoke about it in previous videos, but here at Two Rivers, they have the landing, which is currently under construction, and I can literally see it from the back window of this home that I'm sitting in. It's going to be a lagoon style pool, private clubhouse with a bar and restaurant, a gym with yoga and spin classes, 4 tennis and 8 pickleball courts, cornhole, nature trails, over 50 miles of nature trails, fire pits, pergolas, hammocks. They plan on hosting concerts and events. They also have a children's playground, and a new Publix actually coming into the community. And all of this, obviously outside of the Publix, is going to be exclusive to residents of Two Rivers. So the landing is what they're calling it, is going to be strictly for people who live here, no outside guests like you would see at Epperson Lagoon in Wesley Chapel or Waimama. Now you're probably like, man, there's gotta be some fees associated with that. And there are. Pulte Homes within this development has 3 home sites they're kicking out, ranging from about $500,000 to $500,000 to $1.2 million. The 50-foot home sites have a CDD fee, and the HOA and the CDD fee are encompassed into one fee. For the 50-foot home sites is going to be $291 per month. 60-foot home sites will be $324 per month. And then the 70-foot home sites will be $357 per month. And again, that is for both the HOA and the CDD fee, respectively, for the size of the home site. Now, when we're talking about schools, we know that the Florida education system is a little bit shaky. However, with all of these residential developments and money being poured into these outskirts of Tampa, the schools are getting some residuals of that as well. So within this area, we have Chester W. Taylor Elementary, we have Raymond B. Stewart Middle, and we have Zephyrhills High. Now, Zephyrhills High, I've heard good things about. Of course, with more people moving into the area means more funds, more things they can allocate towards the bettering of education for their students. And they also have charter and private schools available in the area as well. So they are taking all financing, FHA, VA, and conventional, as well as cash investments. Your down payments obviously will vary. Conventional 3 to 5%, 10 to 20%. FHA and VA, FHA will obviously be 3.5%, and then they are requiring $20,000 down if you are VA and $70,000 if you are a cash investor. However, they do have some quick move-in inventory. I mean, I'm talking almost 20 different floor plans. They have built from the ground up, closing as early as December or January of 2026. You have kind of freedom to do what you want here within Hammock by Pulte. But with that being said, again, they're kicking out a ton of incentives, a really great time for buyers to go ahead and enter the market, go under contract for one of these homes, design your home the exact way you want it to be, and then hopefully beat out this rate cut that we're expecting in September. That way, when the buyer demand goes up, you're not competing for properties like this one, and those incentives start to go away. Now, I know I threw a lot at you guys today. However, Two Rivers is definitely one of my favorite developments in the Tampa Bay area. And like I said earlier, we are just 50 minutes outside Tampa. I'm talking 45 minutes into downtown Tampa, maybe 50 minutes into Tampa International Airport. If you wanted to get to the beach, sure, you're probably going to drive an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours with traffic, but still decent proximity for a beautiful community and a beautiful home. Before we go ahead and close out this video, I want to remind you guys that I am a licensed agent in the state of Florida. So if you have real estate goals, questions, or dreams of moving to Florida, especially the Tampa Bay area, I would be honored to earn your real estate business and help you make your transaction as smooth as possible. So again, I'm going to drop my contact information on screen so you can get in touch, and do not hesitate to reach out to me. I am always honored to be a resource, even if you're not looking to necessarily buy or sell. And I will also attach my new construction buying home guide in the description of this video. So be sure to grab that. It's completely free. And If you enjoyed this video and you watched this far, I appreciate you. Be sure to go down, like, comment, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an upload, and continue to see content like this. It genuinely helps me continue to create content like this for you guys. But I am going to head out. So without further ado, I wish you guys the best. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon. Peace.